Hi, I'm Hannah Strickland, and today I'm going to be reading Bully by Patricia Polacco. It was the first day at my new school. I lived right across the bay from the Golden Gate Bridge now, and it was beautiful to look at, but it wasn't home yet. I dreaded going to school. I missed my old school and all of my friends. My stomach was churning and my heart was pounding out of my chest. When I made my way down the hall on my first day of school, everyone was rushing by me, talking and laughing. They all knew each other. I felt so alone. "Hey," a friendly voice called out. "You look how I feel. Are you new here too?" A short round boy with rosy cheeks and a big smile asked. I nodded. "Me too. The name's Jamie. Jamie Aldrich," he chirped. "I'm Lila Dean," I answered. "So, what grade are you in anyway?" Jamie asked. "Sixth," I answered. "Me too. Bet we end up in the same homeroom," he said with a grin, and he was right. Not only were we in the same homeroom, but we sat right next to each other. There's Jamie, and there's Lila. It didn't take very long for Jamie and me to become friends. We ate lunch together every day and watched the other kids break into groups. The kids they called the geeks and the nerds sat at one table, and the toughs sat with the other tough kids. Skateboarders sat at their own table, arty kids at another, sports kids at two tables, and were the loudest. There's the lunchroom and all the different tables. Then there was a table where Gage, Kenyon, and Maeve sat. They were the three most popular girls in the school, and they knew it. I learned soon enough that everyone wanted to be like them. They dressed like them, they talked like them, and wanted to be like them. They even carried colored cell phones, just like they did. They called their table the celebrity table. There are all the girls, right there, popular girls. One day on a school trip, I said to Jamie, "Everybody seems to have a cell phone." Pretty much. Jamie pulled out his own cell phone out of his pocket. "You should get one, Lila," he said, "and a laptop." "Do any of y'all have a cell phone or a laptop?" I shrugged. My father was a doctor and felt that cell phones were for emergencies, and the school had computers. "You need to get both, Lila. That's how you stay connected with the world. Get a Facebook page." "I have one too," he said enthusiastically. It turned out that Jamie was a computer nut. He knew everything there was to know about computers, and he promised to get me set up if I could convince my parents to get me a cell phone and a laptop. There's them on the field trip. They're on a trolley bus. You can see it right here. As the weeks passed, I got to know a lot of other kids at school, and I liked them a lot. Jamie by far was my best buddy. It wasn't as if I had a crush on him or anything like that, but we were best friends for sure. Gage, Kenny, and May fascinated me even though they completely ignored me. That is, until I got the highest grade on the social studies essay. Gage gave me a really strange look and whispered, "I always get the best grades in this class." Then she winked and smiled, and made me feel very uneasy. There's Gage right there, and then there's Lila with her great grade, her A. When I told Jamie about what Gage said, he told me that Gage had lost her parents in a terrible car accident last year. "That would be horrible to lose your parents," I said thoughtfully. "Yeah, but she seems to milk it for all it's worth. Most kids are afraid of her. You need to be really careful on her, Lila." A week later, I told Jamie I was going out for cheerleading. He warned me again. "That's Gage, Maeve, and Keon's territory, Lila. Be careful." There's Gage, and then there's Lila, and there's her friend. Jamie. When I did the tryout routine the next day, I ended with a dumbbell flip and a split. It wasn't the routine, but I had taken gymnastics since I was 7. I knew I'd nailed it. I thought my big indie would give me an edge. Do any of y'all play sports or y'all do cheerleading or anything? I guess I was right, because when they were the names of the 4 new cheerleaders, They read mine first. Gage, Keegan, Mev actually smiled at me. Wow, Lila really made it, look. At dinner that night, my brother Jack wasn't excited as I'd hoped he'd be for me. Maybe because he's been having a hard time at his new school. Jack was small for his age. He looked even younger. Kids were knocking his books out of his arms and calling him sissy boy or doll baby wimp, that kind of thing. It seemed like a good time to tell my parents about the cell phones and laptops at school. Everybody has their own, I told them. Maybe having them help Jack and me get connected. Jack perked up. That's true. When you have a cell phone and a laptop, you're in the loop. And everyone has a Facebook page too, I added excitedly. Oh, please? Mom and Dad looked at each other and thought for a moment. Finally, they agreed. We cheered. But no shenanigans, Dad said. The minute we hear you're using those things inappropriately, you'll lose the privilege of having them. So there's Lila and her parents and her brother right there. Jamie helped Jack and me put our Facebook pages together. He took our pictures and made us sound amazing. At school, Jamie was being married too. He even became a hall officer. That meant he went around to classrooms to collect attendance slips. Then he'd bring them back to the office and record them. He was really trusted. The principal, Mr. August, even let him go into the locked room where all the state tests were kept to get attendance forms. The office was locked up like Fort Knox. Did you ever get to see the state test? I asked one day. No, Jamie said. They're in sealed envelopes. The first time anyone sees them is February when we get to take the test. I was so proud to have someone like Jamie as a friend. So there's Jamie and Lila and her brother at the Brooklyn Bridge. Gage, Maeve, and Keon were actually starting to be nice to me. I wasn't good enough to sit at the celebrity table, though, until the mid-year awards assembly. The principal announced that I had the highest grade point average in the whole school. I got Junior Achievement Award for hanging up a project visiting the elderly, and I got the Spirit Award for cheerleading. Gage usually got this award, but she seemed really happy that I got it. That's when she invited me to sit at the celebrity table at lunch. So see, Gage is inviting Lila to sit at the celebrity table at lunch. So now Lila is becoming kind of popular. Jamie was disappointed that I wouldn't be sitting with him, but understood that this was a girl thing. Just as long as we still watch the science fiction movies on Friday nights together, he said with a broad smile. But before I got to sit at the table, in fact, that very night, Gage invited me to her house for a makeover. I had to look way cool, she said. I went and I did. See, there's Lila right there in the middle. And then there's Gage, and then there's her other friends right there, having their little girls' night. Every eye in the cafeteria was on me at the next lunch. I was sitting with one of the coolest girls in school. Gage, Keon, and Maeve chatted about clothes, makeup, and boys. Then she leaned into me. Let's get our mothers to take us all to the mall tonight. We can look at clothes and maybe even eat the ground cow. I'd love to, I blurted out. I couldn't believe my luck. Then I realized that's when Jamie and I watched our science fiction together. As we got up at his table, he smiled at me. See you tonight. Gage hissed. Are you telling me that you're still friends with that? OMG, he is such a blimp, Keon said out. They all laughed. After that, I found myself pretending I didn't see Jamie. I still liked him a lot. We still had most of our movie nights, but I was torn. He became my secret from them. The rest of the fall was great for Gage, Keon, and Maeve. They picked out my makeup for me, picked out my clothes. I loved it, and I loved being with them. I wanted so much to be popular. Has anybody ever felt like that? Then one day, when we were at Gage's house trying on some new makeup, Gage opened up her laptop. We were going to do something a lot more fun. She had a look in face. We call this scum dumping, she said, and laughed. She started surfing through Facebook pages of our classmates. Oh, look here. Here's Emma Mill's page. Look at that picture. Those teeth, Gage laughed. She looks just like a horse, Maeve chimed in. They all laughed. I've got just the right comment. On Emma's wall, I watched Gage's post. You look like a horse, and you sound like one too. On Jude Marks' page, she wrote, I hear your mother is chasing after the soccer coach. What would your daddy say? On Audrey Jones, your brother wears makeup and dresses when he's home alone. All I could think of how this would make me, Jamie, or Jack feel to see stuff like this on our Facebook walls. All I could think about how then it went on 5 to 6 more pages. Then it went on for 5 or 6 more pages of school friends making comments. Then they came Jamie's. Oh look, Pudding Butt has a Facebook page, Maeve sneered. They found a photo of a huge hippo and put Jamie's face on it. No comment necessary. I didn't say anything. I knew I was letting Jamie down.